PRC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Wednesday, the 21st day of October. James Spann here. Beautiful day today, but we get pretty wet before the week is over. Let's look at the Skycam shots. First off, from the campus settings. How about the Tuscaloosa Skycam? We're focused in there in the north end zone at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Yeah, this is the Tennessee weekend. Big game out there on Saturday. We think the weather will be dry for that game. But the campus of Auburn University. Of course, Auburn on the road. They'll play LSU Saturday night. The weather looks fine there. And again, we'll check the forecast for the game as we go through modeling here in just a little bit. And down there on the beach, I see one person. And I bet you they're having fun. A sunny fall day on the Alabama Gulf Coast. That water temperature's down to 65 degrees, by the way, so I think we can declare the threat of hurricanes over for at least the northern Gulf Coast for this year. Oh, yeah, you can see it coming together. Big trough in the southwest. Moisture from the tropics coming up from Mexico. Tropical storm Rick. And all of that should combine for a pretty good rain event here as we wrap up the work week. But today looks great. Temperatures are up in the 70s in most spots. Birmingham at 73. Montgomery, the warm spot, at 76. Those are at 2 o'clock. There's our watch warning map. Flash flood watch for parts of North Texas, including Dallas-Fort Worth. Winter weather advisories from Denver over to Goodland, Kansas. And some winter weather advisories up around Duluth, Minnesota, the Arrowhead. Severe weather outlooks don't have any formal risks for the next 5 days. This is the day 2 probabilities, and we got these low-end 5% probabilities tomorrow over much of Louisiana and the adjacent states, but we just don't expect a problem with severe weather on Friday, as the air should be stable. But yeah, it's going to rain on us. This is the rain for the next 5 days, valid through Monday morning at 7 o'clock, and this is suggesting rainfall amounts of, by golly, 1 to 2 inches. We've been saying that all week, and this map looks pretty good. Maybe the heavier rains over the northern half of the state, but everybody should get a good soaking tomorrow night and Friday. Let's look at it. This is the 12Z GFS at 1 o'clock tomorrow. And again, you can see the trough axis off to the west, southwest flow aloft here. Rain breaks out from Houston and San Antonio up to Texarkana, Little Rock, St. Louis. The surface low is near Kansas City. The day should be dry, but the sky should become mostly cloudy, and that rain could move into West Alabama by tomorrow afternoon, then overspreading the rest of the state tomorrow night. And Friday just looks wet. Surface low Chicago, good inflow of moisture, good 1 to 2 inch rain. Severe weather not expected, but that rain could be heavy at times. Now, especially with a tropical connection with Tropical Storm Rick involved. And yep, high school football could be pretty wet Friday night. If nothing else, the fields will be awfully wet. And then Saturday, starting off the weekend, all of a sudden we got a different look. Instead of this big phased trough over the east, it's not phased at all. And we've still got a southwest flow aloft here with some trough hanging back off to the west. So what does that mean? Well, that batch of rain from Friday should be out of here. And I think the sun breaks out a bit Saturday. I'm not guaranteeing a sunny day, but maybe morning clouds, some afternoon sun, and not as cool. You know, we've been talking temperatures in the 50s all day. If this is right, that's not going to happen. We'll be up in the 60s on Saturday, so a pretty comfortable day. And again, you can see down at Baton Rouge for the Auburn game, rain should not be a problem there. For the game in Tuscaloosa, no problem there. Sunday looks dry. Partly to mostly sunny and mild. And again, with the lack of that big, deep upper trough, we probably will see low 70s on Sunday. And Monday, by golly, we've still got a trough axis off to the west, and that thing is phasing up. And down below that, there's not much moisture to work with. And I still think we better mention some risk of a shower late Monday or Monday night. If nothing else, just low-end probabilities. Be aware that chance is there. And then Tuesday, the surface low in response to that trough is developing on the coast of the Carolinas around the Outer Banks. We should be dry on Tuesday. No cold air, should be mild. But Wednesday, look at the cold air flooding the northern and western states. That looks cold. Let's look at Thursday of next week. That looks wet for us. This is Thursday the 29th. And if this is right, that could be awfully wet. Maybe some strong storms involved there. Then we'll go to Friday the 30th. Look at the trough. Woo, that thing is deep. Axis from Duluth all the way down to Del Rio, Texas, and that still looks wet here. And again, I caution you now, we are officially in voodoo country. This is beyond 7 days. You know, we warn you, don't take this to the bank. The idea, I think, is good. The timing, we don't know yet. But all of a sudden, this run is suggesting Thursday and Friday of next week will be wet, with very cold air knocking on the door. And then Saturday the 31st for Halloween, deep surface low moves northeast, and we turn sharply colder. That's suggesting maybe some rain into Saturday morning. Maybe a few snow flurries in the backside of that thing up in the Tennessee Valley in Tennessee. And some big snows for places like Cincinnati and Louisville and Pittsburgh and Erie and Buffalo. And then Sunday, November 1st, if that's right, that whole mess is gone. Dry and warmer with sunshine back in here. Into the forecast, the 6th of November. Canada still looks awfully cold, doesn't it? Wow. Surface chart, very cold up in the northeast. Looks cool and dry if this is right, but obviously they're just looking. The skill in a specific forecast is not there this far in advance. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog, alabamawx.com, in case you're watching this not on the blog, on YouTube or iTunes. My next video will be here by tomorrow morning, 7. If you're local to us in Alabama, we invite you to watch us on ABC 3340 this evening at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.